Yeah. Welcome back to the Floyd and Melanie Show. I'm your host, Floyd.
And I'm your girl, Melanie.
And welcome back to another podcast session. You know what I'm saying? So what's going on, Miss Mel?
Man, just thinking about the days when we used to live paycheck to paycheck.
Yo, tell me about it, man. Them days was rough.
Yep, they surely were.
Y'all remember back in 2000, I think it was like 7, right?
Yeah.
We lived in Connecticut. And this is real talk, you know what I'm saying? It's nothing to be embarrassed about. But
No, of course not.
I think Marquise was, I don't know, like 11 months old or something like that. Like we lived in an apartment, you know what I'm saying, in Hampden, Connecticut. And I swear to God, like we went through the winter with no heat.
Oh my God, yeah.
No heat. Like we had space heaters, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But we couldn't afford to put oil
Yeah.
in the tank downstairs in the basement in order to heat our home. You know what I'm saying?
It was
It
expensive.
was real cold. And my grandfather was there.
Yeah.
You know, he used to come by and, his soul rest in peace. But he told me, he said, man, I know you have it rough, but
Yeah.
just hold on. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. I mean, we had to turn on the oven just to
Yeah.
get a little bit of heat.
Yeah, in the morning time, we had to turn on the oven. I had to get up mad early, turn on the oven, and open the oven door
Yeah.
just to heat up the kitchen.
Yep. And up north, it gets really cold.
Real cold. I mean, them days was tough and rough. You know what I say?
Exactly.
I remember back then too, man, like one chicken, you know what I'm saying, used to last my wife and I, my 2 kids at that time, like for like 5 days because I had to mix the chicken like with carrots, potatoes, eggplant, you know what I'm saying, just for the
Right.
chicken to last. You know what I'm saying? Like, and every day we used to cook like rice
Yeah.
because we had like a lot of rice because rice was cheap. You know what I'm saying? Rice or
Right.
flour. But we used to stress that chicken.
Because you have to, whatever little bit you had, you had to make sure that you stretched it out. And I mean, do you remember like when we had to wash our clothes?
Yeah.
And take the
wet clothes
the wet clothes in
from
the heavy
upstairs.
bag
Yeah.
from upstairs, from the second floor, bring it all the way down
Across
to
the
go
street.
across the street. Yes,
Yeah,
exactly.
to go dry it.
To go dry it.
Because we couldn't afford to wash the clothes at the laundromat
Yeah.
and dry.
Yeah.
So we had like a washer at the house. So we used to wash the clothes at the house, put it in a big black garbage bag,
Right.
bring it downstairs because we lived on the second floor. Bring it downstairs. My wife used to put it in the back of the Corolla,
Yeah.
drive across the street, and dry it. Yo, them days was rough.
Exactly.
And some people don't understand, man. When some people see you living good, you know what I'm saying? They think like, yo, it was always like that. It was never like that.
Nope.
Like we lived paycheck to paycheck for like a long time. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And every day we got up, man, we just pray to God like, God, please help us. You know what I'm saying?
And God always opens a door, a way for you to get out of that situation. But people, once they're out of that situation, it's like they don't even want to think about it. They don't want to thank God for it, that they just forget about it and they think that it was just all them. No.
Yeah.
Think about what the stuff that you've been through in the past and thank God for it because it's not always, pretty and flowers and stuff like that.
Yeah.
People have it rough out there,
Real rough. And
even today.
Yeah. And I remember, back then I used to get paid every 2 weeks. And sometimes when I got paid,
Yeah.
my wife used to tell me, hey, rent is due. So we have to come together and pay the rent. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes when she paid the rent, all I have left, no lie, was like $60. Probably like $50
If that,
to put gas in the car.
yeah.
And I used to come home. I couldn't stop at McDonald's or Burger King and buy
No.
even $1 sandwich. You know what I'm saying? I used to
No.
come home and eat whatever, you know what I'm saying? Just to make ends meet. So like a lot of people that have it hard out there, man, just hold on. You know what I'm saying?
Right. There's always a light at the end of the tunnel. You're not going to stay like this forever. It's really hard out there. Sometimes if you have to cook at home, sometimes that's just for the best because at least you know what you're making. And,
Yeah.
and especially you're going to make something that you like to eat.
And no doubt. And my advice to the younger generation, you know what I'm saying, in your 20s or whatever, and if you're going through issues, even in your 30s, man, just don't give up. Like get a second job. You could get it temporarily. You know what I'm saying? So if you
Yeah.
work in the daytime, get a job at night
Yeah.
and like write it down. Say, hey, I'm going to work for a year overnight
Right.
to get out of debt and to better myself, to save money, to buy a house. You know what I'm saying? Because you have to have ambition.
Right.
Because ambition is the key to success. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, it's just, when you think about it, that's exactly what you did. You
Yeah.
ended up having to work 2 jobs
Yeah.
so that you can help. I mean, I was working, yes, but between your 2 jobs
7 days a week.
I mean, it really helped. And sometimes you have to just sacrifice and do something extra just so that you can make ends meet.
To make
because
ends meet.
it's really hard. I mean, it's so sad when we're driving to Atlanta and we see all these people living in tents. I mean,
Yeah.
it breaks my heart
It's
just
crazy,
to see
yeah.
all these homeless people.
And I tell people all the time, never judge a book by its cover.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because some people see the finished product
Right.
and they never saw the struggles that you face in order to get to that position that you're in life.
Of course,
And
because
they
they
s-
don't see.
Yeah, and they sit there and hate 24/7.
Yeah, it drives me
Like,
crazy.
yeah, like look at him, he's bougie. Or look
Yeah.
at him.
There
You know what I'm
goes
saying?
that word.
Bougie. Yeah, like look at them. Look at that couple. Like the wife drive a X5 and he drive a 440 BMW. Like we work hard.
Yeah,
We work hard and we stayed positive. You know what I'm saying? And we just
exactly.
pray to God every day, like God, whatever we're going through, just help us to overcome it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because like I said before, some people have bread, right? But
Mhm.
have no butter.
Yep.
And some people have peanut butter
Yeah.
and no jelly. So to all the people out there, if you have peanut butter and no jelly, just put that peanut butter on the bread,
I need it.
give thanks and eat it. If you have the jelly
Yeah.
and no peanut butter, just put the jelly on the bread and eat it. If you have the bread and no peanut butter and jelly and no butter,
Just eat the bread.
just eat the bread. If you have no toaster oven,
Who cares?
just eat the bread just like that.
Right.
If you ain't got no Kool-Aid, and if you have the sugar, just you have water's at the faucet, right? Just put some sugar in the water with the dry bread and eat it. You know what I'm saying? Because you have to be positive and give thanks for what you have. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly, because you can have nothing.
Yeah.
And if you have nothing, I mean, you're going to be worse off than just having bread and water.
Yeah. And I tell a lot of people too, like nothing in life comes easy.
No, you have
Nothing.
to work hard.
So you have to work hard on a daily basis and save your money to achieve greatness.
Right.
Because you have to save. If you just work, even if you work $100,000 a year
Yeah.
or $200,000 a year,
Yeah.
and you go on these lavish vacations, you know what I'm saying? And you're not saving no money, time go by quick.
Right.
It seems as if the other day I was 23, my wife was 24 when we first got married. And now, I mean, I'm 41, she's 42. And the time went by so quick, it's not even funny.
I mean, why you got to throw my age out there?
Hey, I mean, it is what it's a blessing getting older.
I know, but I don't want people to know my age.
Yeah, whatever. But trust me, it's a blessing getting older. It's a blessing.
Yeah.
God bless us to get older. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So we could watch our kids grow and
Yeah.
hopefully we could live to see our grandkids and great grandkids and stuff like that, you know?
And you want to teach your kids, the struggles that you go in life. You don't want them to go through the exact same struggles you went through. You want them to have a better life than you went through.
And that's why you have to pave the path.
Yeah.
Pave
Show
the
them.
path, yes. Pave the path for your kids. You know what I'm saying?
Right. I thank God that when I was growing up as a kid, I never saw my parents struggle. So whether or not they struggle, guess what? I didn't know anything about that.
Yeah, because they held that from you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They
And
didn't
that's
want
the way
you
it
as a
should be.
they want you to grow up as a child.
Right.
They don't want you to be stressed out because they know
Right.
later on in life,
You're going to
you-
learn.
yes, you're gonna go through what they went through. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's why I give parents like a lot of props.
Yeah. It's hard.
Sometimes they're going through stuff and they're trying to keep it on the hush hush
Right.
from their kids because they want the kids to go to school
Yeah.
and get a good education because that's important. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. And they don't want their kids to stress out because in all actuality, that has nothing to do with the kids. It's not their fault if you struggled. It's not their fault. They weren't asked to come into the world.
Yeah.
You decided to
That's
have
real talk.
children, so it's your responsibility now to make sure that they have food on their table, clothes on their back, and an education.
Listen to all the listeners out there, right? That's listening to this podcast right now. Like I said many times, don't give up.
Don't.
If it's rough, just weather the storm.
They have a saying, when there's a will, there's a way.
Yeah. And if you're going through turbulence in your life, or if you're trying to get over a hurdle, just pray to God and trust me, God will elevate you over that hurdle. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
But listen. Thank you guys for listening. You want to say something else, babe?
Yeah, just be grateful. That's it. Just thank God for everything you have and just keep the faith because eventually, there's going to be a rainbow at the end of that storm.
Yeah, no doubt. But listen, guys. Thank you guys for listening. I'm your host, Floyd,
And I'm your girl, Mel.
and thank you guys for listening.